Good day everyone, today is Thursday, April the 28th. My name is Ravi Boyajian, currency analyst at xm.com, here to provide you with your Forex news update. The yen soared against major currencies on Thursday after the Bank of Japan surprised markets by keeping monetary policy unchanged at its April meeting. Expectations had been building since last Friday that the bank would announce fresh stimulus measures following reports that policymakers were considering broadening the use of negative interest rates. However, speaking at the press conference after the meeting, the bank's governor, Haruhiko Kuroda, told reporters that the bank is not thinking about applying negative rates to lending facilities. Kuroda also remained optimistic on the prospects for longer-term inflation expectations and on GDP growth, while reiterating the bank's readiness to act if necessary. The dollar tumbled against the Japanese currency after today's announcement, reversing all of the past week's gains. It was last down by almost 3% at 108.12 yen in late Asian trading. The Bank of Japan's decision of no action comes despite worse than expected inflation figures. Annual inflation in March fell to minus 0.1% from plus 0.3% the prior month, missing estimates of 0%. The core rate also disappointed as it fell to minus 0.3% instead of the minus 0.2% expected. There was some good news, however, from industrial output and household spending data. Industrial production rose by 3.6% month-on-month in March, beating forecasts of 2.9%, while household spending was up by 0.5% between February and March, against expectations that it would fall by 0.3%. Meanwhile, in the United States, the Federal Reserve kept its main policy rate unchanged yesterday, as was widely expected, but kept the possibility of a June rate hike open. However, with only one committee member voting in favor of a rate rise, the markets will need more convincing that the Fed is preparing to move in June. As a result, the dollar slipped in the currency markets after the Fed's decision. The euro was up by 0.3% at $1.1356 in today's Asian trading. Also standing pat was the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, which kept its cash rate unchanged at 2.25%. There had been growing expectations that the RBNZ might cut rates for the second straight month, following the New Zealand dollar's recent strong gains. But the central bank chose to hold policy steady at its April meeting while maintaining an easing bias. The kiwi jumped after this decision to climb to one-week high against the US dollar at 0.6984. Coming up later today, it will be relatively quiet in the European session with no major data expected apart from flash German inflation numbers. The focus will then shift to US advanced GDP estimates for the first quarter later in the US session. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.